All right, let's wrap up with loose change. Dimitri.
That was great, Lauren. That was really interesting stuff.
He was very interesting.
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, very good, very interesting stuff. Dimitri, we are at work, so we're not lined up for Black Friday. Are you going after the workday? Some people are already lined up.
I should because I don't really have many clothes. I wear the same thing over and over again, as our audience has probably noticed.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go because I hate shopping, and the last thing I want to do is be around a bunch of deranged psychopaths looking for deals on Black Friday.
Which we've seen. There's evidence via video, but Black Friday shoppers actually may not be the only people out on Black Friday, especially at Walmart, because at Walmart there may be protests of workers, retail workers, as an ongoing labor dispute continues. These workers are planning to protest. Walmart has been trying to stop that from happening. They're pushing to stop these protests, but the National Labor Relations Board said it's unlikely to make a decision before the Thanksgiving holiday, according to reports, so they're likely to happen. Here's what they're demanding.
The protesters want minimum hourly pay raised to $13, more full-time work, and less costly health care. Next year, their insurance premiums will jump by as much as 36% as Walmart scales back its contribution.
We don't want to walk out on Black Friday. We don't want to do this. It's just something we have to because it's just the right thing to do.
So there's a glimpse, and Walmart has been notorious over the years, Dimitri, for just not treating its employees well, not paying them, not giving them any benefits. There have been reports of kind of retaliation of Walmart management telling employees not to take part in these protests, a little bit of threatening implied there. What I think is very interesting is kind of the antidote to this is Costco, which over the years has been kind of touted as an example of how retailers can operate. They believe in paying their people fair wages. There's a benefit to being there longer. You actually can have a livable income, and they're generous with their health care benefits, and employees even get bonuses. My question is, Costco, okay, yes, investors have said over the years, you know, come on, when is this guy going to deliver for shareholders and not stop just giving this money back to his employees? But when you look at the stock price, we have a chart. I mean, it's not like the stock's really taken a beating, at least, you know, not looking at just the chart of the price over the years. I mean, Costco's had a nice trajectory up. So my question is, I guess a little superficially, has this kind of been blown out of proportion? That this cutting costs just at the expense of everything else to deliver for shareholders, that maybe that is a narrative that's not altogether true?
Of course, I completely agree with you, but I think that that's a reflection of a society that's become increasingly focused more and more on the now, and on cutting the now even slimmer and getting further and further into the moment and not worrying about the long-term future benefits or costs of whatever you're doing. So not having a happy workforce is really bad for many reasons. Not only are your consumers at the end of the day, who are the people that are working, that need to be there to buy your goods, not going to have the money to do it, so you're eating into your future, into your future sales, but you're also creating a very unhappy workforce. They're not consumer friendly. That's a long-term damage to your brand. But people don't think about that today because you've got corporate executives and corporations are incentivized for short-term profits all the time.
Yeah.
And there are many reasons for that.
Yeah, I mean, when I worked in equity research, the Costco story is what my boss would talk about how shareholders would grumble, like, oh, Costco, you know, but he was saying so many CEOs get obsessed with their stock price and with delivering short-term to investors every quarter. And if they would just run the business well and just keep their view on the long-term picture, it would just be such a better way to do business. And I just wonder if there isn't a way to kind of ever move back in that direction. You know, Costco's one example, but why isn't that more widely used by companies if this really is a model that works?
There are firms that do that, obviously, but they're more likely to be firms that are don't have shares, don't have shareholders to answer to. I don't know how you do it. I mean, at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's a very stupid strategy not to treat your employees well, because at the end of the day, they're going to sabotage your business. An unhappy employee is going to drag his feet, is not going to do a good job, and sometimes they're going to sabotage your product. So it's a really stupid strategy, but it's based, in my view, on short-term profit seeking. And a lot of these guys make big bucks. They enter the industry as corporate executives, make big bucks in 5 years, whatever it is, and then they're out. They don't care. Let the business blow up. Best example is private equity. Mitt Romney, you know, that's the best example. Why don't we just strip the economy, sell it off, and bounce, and watch it blow up?
Or like what we've seen with Hostess, which in fact does look like it's going to liquidate. And the thing is that this is being played out in the media as just purely a union issue, that this was a labor dispute and workers, evil workers wanting more. But the other part of this is that essentially the executives have been getting these huge paychecks and ever-increasing compensation despite the fact that the company was going down. So it's the part of the story that you don't hear, but we thought it was worth discussing today. But that's all we have time for. Thank you so much for. Do not be a turkey. Thank you for watching. Go have turkey. In the U.S., it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, so we won't have a show.